I said certified free, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull out game weak. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Beat it up, nigga, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a giggle, what is inside? Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This pussy is wet, come take a dive. Tie me up like I'm surprised. That's roleplay, I want disguise. I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. Make it cream, make me scream. I don't public, make the scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me. Jump out for you, let it get inside of me. I tell them where to put it, never tell them where I'm about to be. I run down on them before I have a nigga running me. Talk your shit, bite your lip. Ask for a call while you ride that dick. Why you really ain't never got him fucking for a thing. He already made his mind up before he came. Now get your boots, hang your coat, fuck this wet ass pussy. He bought a phone just for pictures of this wet ass pussy. Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet ass pussy. Now make it rain if you wanna see some wet ass pussy.
Look, I need a hard hit, I need a deep stroke, I need a Henny drink, I need a weed smoke. Not a garden snake, I need a king cobra with a hook in it, hope it lean over. He got some money, then that's where I'm headed. Pussy ain't one, just like his credit. He got a beard when I'm trying to wet it. I let him taste it, now he diabetic. I don't wanna spit, I wanna go, I wanna gag, I wanna choke. I want you to touch that little dangly thing that's swinging the back of my throat. My head is fire, Punani the sunny is going and drying, it's coming outside, yeah. I run that thing, now the cuz behind me, I spit on his smack and I he tryna sign me.
Yeah, I'm a freak bitch, handcuffs, leashes. Switch my wig, make him feel like he cheating. Put him on his knees, give him something to believe in. Never lost a fight, but I'm looking for a beat. In a food chain, I'm the one that eat you. If he ate my ass, he's a bottom feeder. Big D stand for big demeanor. I can make you bust before I ever meet you. If it don't hang, then he can't bang. You can't hurt my feelings, but I like pain. If you fuck me and ask who's is it when I ride the dick, I'ma spell my name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Now from the top, make it drop. That's a wet ass pussy. Now get a bucket and a mop. That's a wet ass pussy. I'm talking rock, rock, rock. That's a wet ass pussy. Macaroni in a pot. That's a wet ass pussy. Huh?
That shit was crazy. Ah, man. Wow. You got the wet put you know, obviously my DJing skills aren't as proficient as I like them to be, but you know the drill, man. I mean, you know, the hoes, bro. They taking over. These bitches are running the world. You know, it ain't just women though, but they're obviously back. But if you are new, esoteric knowledge is what we talk about. Astrology and numerology, and how the two are used to run the world. Again, I'm your host and the man about to explain how they run the world using this esoteric knowledge. A lot of people might think it's evil. The work isn't evil. It's the people who use it for evil, which are your politicians, your athletes, entertainers, etc., etc. Everything is rigged. You know what I mean? From the games to, I mean, it's all rigged, man. It's hard to believe. I know. I really do know that. I understand completely how hard it can be. Yeah, I gotta take this parenting seminar, man. I'm over here trying to get custody of my baby. But, yeah, man. Again, general policy, free women and men from mental slavery. A lot of you are mental fucking midgets and mental slaves. And you don't know that, you know. I know, you know, everyone thinks they're smarter than they really fucking are. You know, myself included, but I'm definitely smarter than you. But that, I guess, for some remains to be seen. But anyway, you know, this is not for the new person today. But if you are new, you can learn something. But we, again, gematria is the main thing that we talk about, which is geometry and language. Comes from Kabbalah, you know, which is Hebrew in origin, but over time, especially during the 14th, 15th, 16th centuries. The knowledge was garnished by people without melanin in Europe, and spread across the world as English for the most part, as an English culture. But it's not. It's black in origin, like every fucking thing under the sun for the most part. But we are all mind fucked to thinking that these white, for the most part, white people, you know, follows the civilization and shit. At least as we know it right now. We know the history's fucking black. But yeah. So 4 values per word, letter, or phrase. Anytime you hear me say a word equals a number, that number is computed through these 4 ciphers based in the English alphabet, forwards and backwards, and forwards and backwards with numerology. One of my favorite examples, LA. LA equals 13 forwards, 41 backwards, and that's because forwards, L is the 12th letter, A is the first. When you add that together, you get 13, and backwards, L would be the 15th letter, A is the 26th. When you add that together, you get 41. With numerology, you're just simplifying every double-digit letter value to a single digit by adding the 2 digits of that double digit together. So with numerology, LA would equal 4 because L would equal 3, and A would still remain 1, so that's 4. And then backwards, LA with numerology would equal 14 because L would be the 15th letter. Together, that's 6. A is the 26th letter. Backward, that's 8. 6 plus 8 is 14. So let's just recap the NBA yesterday. 500, if I'm not mistaken. We had the Celtics winning. They won. We had the Hornets with the points plus 11.5, and that came through. So congratulations. Fucking Grizzlies whooped the Sixers' ass. We had the Sixers winning. We did have the Raptors with the points. We had Raptors plus 8.5, but we had the Kings winning. Raptors hit with the points. Kings ended up losing. Kings equals 33. They fell to 3-3. Oh, no, it doesn't. I'm tripping. Kings equals 30. That's what it was. But Warriors got the loss as well, or got the win. 127 to 121 over Houston. We had the Rockets winning that one. This shit right here pissed me off. We had the Bucks winning. And then Donovan Mitchell hit that game winner to go 7-0. In that one, I don't even think I did this game. But Wolves lost. We had the Heat winning over the Wizards. We had the Nuggets winning over the Jazz. We had the Suns over the Blazers, and we had the Clippers to lose. We had the Thunder. Well, let's look at today's games before we get into NFL Sunday. Only 3 games today, so this should be relatively easy. The sorry-ass Pistons. All right, Pistons all-time record versus the Nets. And before we get into that, we'll look at today's date numerology again real quick. Again, the calendar is synced with the language, both provided to us by the Catholic Church. Thus, the calendar system is named after a Catholic pope, Pope Gregor. But today has 58 date numerology, 11th month plus the 3rd day plus 20 plus 24, 58. 38 date numerology, 11th month plus the 3rd day plus 24 equals 38. 22 date numerology, 11th month plus 3rd day plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 is 22. And 13 date numerology, 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 is 13. The 13 breaks down to 4, so we got a total date of 4 numerology. 308th day of the year, 58 days left in the year. Today is Sunday, named after the sun. Sun equals 54 forwards, 9 with numerology, 27 backwards, 18 with numerology. Sun named after Sunday. Sunday equals 84 forwards, 21 with numerology, 78 backwards, 33 backwards with numerology. So Pistons versus Nets, all-time record. The Pistons are 111 and 84 versus the Nets all-time. They could pick up their 4th win, or pick up their 85th loss, rather. Basketball equals 85. We know that. But they could stay on 84 losses. Oh, wow. Total date numerology 22. But they could stay on 84 losses when Sunday equals 84. Playoffs included. They are 118 and 91. If I'm not mistaken, Nets equals 13. No. Nets equals 13. Today has 13 date numerology. And 58 today has 58 date numerology. 91 is the 13 triangular number, meaning when you add 1 through 9, you get 91. or 1 through 13. The answer is 91. So they could stay on 91 losses, playoffs included. Pistons are on the road, all-time road record versus the Nets. They are 44 and 54. Sun equals 54. Upset equals 54. They could upset the Nets today. Nets could fall to 4 and 3, like 34. This could be some Trump symbolism. We know Trump is synonymous with Jesus, and Jesus is Mercury, just like Trump is Mercury. Jesus was said to actually be born on 9/11. They either say he was born a Virgo or born a Gemini, but because he's damn sure one no Capricorn. But Jesus equals 34. We know Trump got in trouble with the 34 count charges. Remember that? All Jesus symbolism. I think the nigga even compared himself to Jesus. But we've been comparing it to Jesus. And Brooklyn is in New York, and it's a Sunday. Nets could fall to 3 and 4, and 2 and 2 at home. Meanwhile, the Pistons can improve to 2 and 2 away when today has 22-day numerology, and we know that basketball equals 22. If that does happen, and this is a Trump symbolism, Pistons would pick up their 45th road win all time against the Nets in the regular season, and we know that Donald was the 45th fucking president. So, I like that. Let's see, playoffs included. 46 and 58. Yeah, we're gonna take because Trump equals 47, so some Donald symbolism. So give me the Pistons for the win today to get their second win on the 22-day numerology. What's today? 11-3. So we got Detroit. Hawks versus Pelicans. Again, some Trump symbolism. Hawks could stay on 4 losses. Today has 4-day numerology. Pelicans could pick up their 4th loss. So let's see. All right, they are 23 and 22 versus the Pelicans all time. Today has 22-day numerology. They can stay on those 22 losses. I think Pelicans, let me see. Pelicans 34. See, it's that Trump symbolism. Pelicans equals 34. They could fall to 3 and 4 today. And then there's your Donald. Trump equals 47. He can become the 47th president, but we don't know. I do still got Joe Biden dying, before the year is out. I mean, again, that's why we played that WAP song. We were talking about that, woman as president, as we head closer to the election. And that's what WAP means, woman as president. This is why Cardi B is on the song. Cardi B, like Kamala Harris, is a Libra. In this 2024, it's been all about Libras this year. All about Libras, mainly Kamala, but LeBron James' son, Bronny Jr., he's a Libra. Usher's been everywhere, he's a Libra. Travis Kelce, you know what I mean, Libra. It's all about the number 24, X, 24th letter, baby. Twitter, X, you know what I mean. But WAP, man, WAP, woman as president, you know what I'm saying, woman as president. That's what WAP really stands for, woman as president. And we already know the rumors behind Kamala Harris, right? Fucking super thought when she was coming up. And we know that Libras typically got a lot of hoe in them. You know what I mean? A lot of hoe in them. You know what I mean? Air signs in general. They're probably the biggest hoes of the zodiac. Them air signs, you know what I mean? Air signs. No hoe, no joke, man. Super hoes. Super hoes. And they love. It's all about Venus with Libras especially. But air in general, we know the devil moves through the air. That's why the majority of your entertainers are ruled by Venus or Mercury. You know what I mean? Mercury rules over Gemini and Virgo. We know Gemini is the air sign, and then Venus, obviously Libra, air sign. But look at it. Look at all the rappers. Even if they're supposed to be, we know Venus represents love and emotion. They'll put some Venus rappers up there, and they are talking about the exact opposite. So, Hawks versus Pelicans. I like that. Hawks pick up their 24th win. They are on the road. They in NOLA. They are 10 and 13 versus the Pelicans on the road all time. What is Pelicans equal again? Pelicans. New Orleans. 79. 79, the 22nd prime number. It's the 79th NBA season. Hawks can improve to or stay on those 2 losses. I think I'm gonna have to go with that. Let me see, all time. So that's on the road. They ain't played in the playoffs. Let's look at Trae Young. He is 3-1. He can improve to 4-1 against the Pels. And let's see, that's a 47. Damn, Pelicans 79 too. 33. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Hawks today. Trae Young is 3-1 on the road versus the Pelicans. Hawks equals 32 though. And he's 6-2 versus the Pelicans in his career. Could be some JFK symbolism there. Falcons equals 25. They play today. But I think I got to take them. Zion. Versus the Hawks, Zion is 1-3. He could fall to 1-4. Road home record versus him. 0-1. Okay, he could fall to 0-2. 22-day numerology. Give me the Hawks for this one. And Orlando, which equals 34 if I'm not mistaken, or 38. Today has 38-day numerology, but they ain't got my boy Banchero. Yep, 34 and 38. They can fall to 3-4 today. Mavericks can improve to 4-2. Crazy. They said Klay Thompson was supposed to go to the Magic. Well, I don't know. 29 and 42. Magic equals 30. They could pick up their 30th win today. Shit. Magic also equals 33, and they can drop Dallas to 3-3 today on a Sunday when Sunday equals 33. Let's just see all-time road record. They on the road. They ain't played in the postseason because they're in opposite conferences. 9-27. Sunday equals 27. Texas is the 28th state. Give me Dallas. Dallas for the dub. And that's gonna conclude basketball for the day. All right, so as far as football goes, like I said, I'm gonna let my man Zach talk to y'all. This is the nigga that taught me. You know what I mean? He knows what the fuck he's talking about. So pay the fuck attention. I'm not gonna let it run for 3 hours, but you know, we gonna let it run. You know what I mean? I'll probably cut him off when I get back from whatever the fuck I'm doing. Oh.
Trump with this week. All right, welcome back, everybody. Just a heads up, a few of you guys I have not heard from who won the contest last week, so still waiting for that. And for the one of you who sent me the Zelle, I just can't get Zelle to pull you up in the contacts. So if you got Cash App, I did send you a text message. If you got another way, I'd like to get you guys get paid before the next week's competition begins. So again, text me at the 509-560-4982 for our contest winners for week 8. And that said, we're running late, so let's get into NFL week 9 before it gets too late, especially for your East Coast people. Again, there's clearly something going on with the election in Trump, with this week ending with 138 games played. We have 123 coming in, Kamala 123, Donald Trump 138 like federal. We just saw the World Series end 138 days after Trump's birthday. We saw a tribute to 1963 with the game on the day, leaving 63 days left in the year. It was obvious what they were doing with the 4-11 score. Of course, JFK shot from 411 Elm Street. Again, in 63 and 81, the Dodgers beat the Yankees in the World Series. In both those years, a president got shot, and you could say the same is true of 2024. And adding insult to injury, shooting equals 109 like Yankees, like Los Angeles, and the Dodgers picked up their 109th win of the season 109 days after Trump's supposed shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania. So with those things in mind, you're going to see some definite rituals and tribute to Trump this week, where Monday Night Football is the eve of the election. And again, they have it set up so we'll have the 138th game played. I tried to take that into account looking at the games, but in some cases, I was like, yeah, that narrative's there, but I don't want to go away from what I would typically look at. So I tried to find games where the things were in alignment. Again, we got the one. Well, it happened in the first game on Thursday Night Football. Ref number 83 working the game. Texans equals 83. They lost. That's been the trend this year. It's only not happened one time. It's happened again where a jersey number of the ref aligns with a team. That team has been losing all but one time, and the one exception to the rule was last Sunday Night Football, where we knew to fade it because the 49ers narrative to beat Dallas was too good. There's one other game this week where you have this lining up. It's the Rams at Seahawks game. You have ref number 19 working the Seattle game where Seattle's 19. So if the Seahawks go down, the trend will continue. I want to go back and just look at the 1963 season, and I noticed that was the 44th NFL season, which stood out because JFK was the 44th term president. There is some 44 on the board this week as well. And it was a smaller league back then. So I just put up week 9 as 63 just in case. We did see the week begin with the Texans falling to 6-3. Remember, the Dallas Texans became the Kansas City Chiefs in 63. So Texans started the week by falling to 6-3. So Cowboys and Falcons. The Cowboys can become 4-4 in the fourth state, Georgia, where 44 plays a lot, and 4-1 away. So there's a lot of 4 there for the Cowboys, and the Falcons would also fall to 2-4 at home and get their 4th loss. But the Falcons do have a chance to get to 6-3. So this game is a little bit iffy. But when I looked at the point section, I started feeling like the right move here is the Cowboys with the points, because I wouldn't be shocked if the 6-3 thing happens. And keep in mind, November 3rd is typically the 307th day of the year, where 307 is the 63rd prime. It is a leap year, though, so it's the 308th day this year, but it's typically the 307th. And anyhow, I think the right call here is the Cowboys with the points. Cowboys' season's on the brink, so they are in desperation of a win. And they do have the narrative to win with all those 4s in the fourth state, Georgia. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to get in the end zone. I like 40 in a Falcons game. He can get his 40th regular season touchdown. His next receiving touchdown is 38 all-time, a Falcons number. If he had a bigger game, if he had 2 receiving touchdowns, he got 38, but not being greedy, 1 touchdown looks good for CeeDee Lamb. There's some other things there, but CeeDee Lamb's probably my favorite player prop in this game, and I think the Cowboys with the points is the right call because they do have plenty of narrative to win, but the 6-3 is the threat against them, and I can see them, if the Cowboys do not win and it's a close game, I can see them losing by a point, which they'd cover the spread. They would be negative 49 in point differential if they lost by 1 point. Dallas, of course, is 49, but they play the Eagles next, who like 49, so they could go into that Eagles game on negative 49 overlap number. And, yeah, so I'm thinking that that's probably the right way to play that game. They do have better value, of course, money line, but I just see it as a safer call. And if you wanted to get it extra safe, you like to put a lot of things in a parlay and you want it all to come in, you could tease them up to plus 4.5. You don't get as much value that way, but just in case the 4's hitting hard, because you do have 4-date numerology on this day, and Georgia is the 4th state if they win. But again, you look, if the 4-date numerology plays, it plays a lot better for the Cowboys. They can get to 4-4, and again, 4-1 away, like Dallas is 41, and the Falcons would get their 4th loss and fall to 2-4 at home. So I think Cowboys with the points is the right call here. And Dolphins and Bills, I'm going to stick with my initial thought that I've been saying all year, that I expect the Bills to start 4-0 at home to set them up to potentially become 5-0 over the Chiefs. And if they do that, then they face San Francisco. Again, Chiefs is 50, San Francisco's 50. There is an argument for them to lose their first game at home versus the Chiefs and fall to 4-1, a bit like 41, the Skull and Bones number on the 322nd day of the year, because that's when they play the Chiefs. But today, if they win, or tomorrow, if they win, they'll have their 4th home win and be 4-0. And Josh Allen will get his 70th regular season win. That's Miami Dolphins in the most tier. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. It doesn't mean you can't hedge. your bet and do a little dollar parlay with the Dolphins, or how you want to play it, because there is a narrative there for Allen to fall to 74-38 all time. Miami Dolphins is 74, Dolphins is 38, but those are in the weaker ciphers. And I really do still think that they're probably going to be going for 5-0 versus the Chiefs. We'll see if they do pull that off. But I see the undefeated at home versus the defending champion Chiefs narrative. And Jonnu Smith in this game. The Dolphins have been tough on player props, so maybe I shouldn't have put the. You know what? I'm going to take away the underline because I don't want you to blow your player prop day on a Dolphins player prop. They've been tough with the player props. But he does have a narrative in Week 9 to get his 23rd regular season touchdown, 23 the 9th prime. So that is what stands out to me the most on the Dolphins side. You might recall these teams played on International Dolphin Day, which is to remember the slaughter of Dolphins, and the Bills slaughtered the Dolphins, and James Cook went ballistic. He literally cooked the Dolphins. He does wear 4, and we do have a 4-date numerology. There's some narratives for him to score. Josh Allen, if he went ballistic, remember, it very well could be the Donald John Trump day. If he throws 4 passing touchdowns, he'll have 185, and the Bills can get their 185th win in their division all time. Get Donald John Trump 185. His next non-passing touchdown is 58. You got 58 days left in the year, so he's a candidate to score an anytime touchdown as well. But he could toss 4 on a 4-date numerology if they're going to slaughter the Dolphins again. So again, that's something like a smaller risk, potential bigger reward. Could Allen throw 4 on the 4-date numerology to get to 185 as his team gets the 185th win versus the division? Possible. But yeah, again, if you wanted to think about Dolphins and dollar parlay with your other favorite group of things, the biggest scare for Allen is the 74-38, and he could fall to 11-3 versus the Dolphins on the date 11-3. So all of those things make me hum and haw a little bit. And if 63 is a theme in the league this week, like if it hits with like there's 5 games on Sunday where 6-3 can happen. One of them is a guarantee because there's one game where whoever loses is going to fall to 6-3. That's the Broncos and Ravens game. But there's 5 games where 6-3 can happen. We already saw the Texans in the first game of the week do 6-3. The Falcons, if they beat Dallas, are 6-3. If the Bills got upset by Miami, they're 6-3. Buffalo does have the 63 connection, but remember, Buffalo Bills is also 72, so they can get to 7-2. Commanders can fall to 6-3 by losing to the Giants. Again, whoever loses the Broncos-Ravens game is 6-3. If the Packers lose to the Lions, and I am leaning that way in that game that they will, those are all the potential 63s that could happen. It's possible they all happen. I'd say that's unlikely that they all happen, but possible. If you wanted to have some kind of hedge bet, in case it stays 63s, if you threw those in a round robin, it could happen in all but one. Again, in the Broncos-Ravens game, it's going to happen no matter what. But the other 4, I suppose you could consider. Okay, so yeah, I do think the Bills are going to prevail. The 6-3 is a little bit scary if that is the theme of the week. But the Chiefs 5-0 thing's been the thought all season. The Raiders and the Bengals game, Zach Taylor's been the perfect indicator, but it's tricky this week because it's the first time we've had a scenario with Zach Taylor where it can go one of 2 ways. Hold on. Let me make sure I didn't skip some player prop information in that last game. Yeah, James Cook was the most intriguing player. There wasn't anything that made me super scream out in this game for player props. Okay. Yeah, Zach Taylor. Again, tricky this week because he could stay on 49 losses. Las Vegas equals 49, or he could get his 52nd all-time loss. Raiders is 52. And if he did lose, he would stay on 45 all-time wins in this Trump week where he's number 45. But then again, if the Bengals win, they're 4-5 for the year. And in a way, I would like to see, this doesn't mean they're going to, I would like to see the Bengals lose because they'd have tremendous value next week against the Ravens. And I'd be thinking, like, it's in the bag for them to win. because Zach Taylor it would set up the narrative where he could get his 41st win next week, and Baltimore loves 41. And this week, Burrow can get his 38th win. Raiders is 38, but if he didn't get it, then he could get it over the Ravens, which equals 38. And that number's been playing all year with the Ravens, like when these teams met the last time. They went to overtime 38-38, and the Ravens won in overtime. And I think Zach Taylor stayed on 38 regular season wins in that game, if I remember correctly. So they could get vengeance in the next one if they lose this game. When I look at the point spread in this game, the Raiders, they play, or hold on, what is it again here?
My nigga got it up there for y'all.
That. I guess it's just this immediate game.
Pay attention.
If the Raiders lose by 9 in Week 9, and consider Joe Burrow's number 9, you face Matt Stafford number 9 in the Super Bowl. But if the Raiders lost by 9, they would become negative 75, and Cincinnati Bengals is 75. And that very well could happen. So if that happened, that's the narrative for the Bengals to cover the spread. But yeah, the Zach Taylor thing makes it a bit tricky because we know he's been a perfect indicator. And again, if he did lose this week, it would set him up to beat the Ravens. So if you just want to chill on this game and see what happens, and wait, keep your fingers crossed that he loses because it sets up a big value game next week, you can do that. The Raiders would have a lot of value in a dollar parlay, so that's probably not a bad way to play this game. Rather than avoid it, take your favorite group of games and do a dollar parlay with the Raiders because they do have a big multiplier effect as an 8-point dog, and there is the possible narrative that he loses to set him up for next week. So another way to look at it. Chargers and Browns. If the Chargers go on a little winning streak, he plays Harbaugh in a few weeks, and if they correct their season here, I was noticing what could happen. If they win this week, they'd be 5-3 like Los Angeles 53. The Titans aren't very good, so they probably beat the Titans to become 6-3. Bengals are struggling. It's also at home. They could become 7-3 versus the Bengals, and then what? It'd be the game against his brother. Ravens 83 in the most simple like football. I'm wondering if the battle of the Harbaugh brothers could hit a symbolic number. And
game in Ohio.
Again, that's the Chargers correcting their season and getting things going. I am leaning Chargers in this game.
That's what we got.
Because Herbert can become 35-35, Browns is 35, and Winston can get his 47th loss. Chargers is 47. And people might be thinking the Browns got it going after they just beat the Ravens.
Not at all.
But yeah, usually when the quarterback narratives... Now, the only downside of that is it's not the strongest ciphers, but you do have a narrative that makes sense on both sides. So I got to go that way. Makes sense. And then also Stefanski can get his 37th loss. Los Angeles is 37 in the most pure. Again, the Chargers can become 5-3 Los Angeles number. The concern there would be that they could fall to 4-4 on the 4-day numerology.
And I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is who I got. These were my picks for today. I got Dallas winning, Dolphins winning. Well, I got the Dolphins and Dolphins +6. I got Cincinnati, Los Angeles, the Patriots. I got the Giants with the points. I think I got Washington on upset alert. If you listened yesterday, you already know. But I definitely have Washington on upset alert. Giants with the points +4. We got the Panthers +7.5. We got the Ravens winning, Philly winning, Cardinals, Lions, Rams, and Vikings. I will shut the fuck up now.
Shark, however you say his name, he's questionable. He's a 9 guy in Week 9, something to keep an eye on. J.K. Dobbins is playing 322 days after his birthday, magic number. Probably my favorite player prop in this game is Jerry Jeudy. Jameis Winston had the ball moving last week, threw a bunch of touchdowns, so looks like their passing game's better with him. And Judy's next touchdown is 13. You got LA, the 13 city, and 13 date numerology, so Jerry Jeudy doesn't look terrible for a touchdown to me.
Jerry Jeudy for the touchdown today.
Yeah, that was the thing that jumped out the most there for player props in that game. So yeah, I think the Chargers, they got a little narrative to get rolling. Biggest scare tomorrow is falling to 4-4 on the 4-8 numerology. Patriots and Titans. So May's back in, so it's not going to be Jacoby Brissett, which is a bummer because he had the perfect narrative to win as a starter. If for whatever reason he ends up back up as the starter, I would actually feel comfortable with the Patriots tomorrow if he's the starter. If he's not in there, I'm still barely leaning Patriots. If he's in there, I like him a lot.
We got
right now,
Patriots.
Sounds like May's going to start. The reason that I think the Patriots probably win is to get to 3-6. They play the Bears next. Bears equals 36. And then that would set up the narrative for them to fall to 3-7 because Chicago and Patriots are both 37. You could argue that they'd have a chance to become 4-6 because they got wasted by the Bears in the Super Bowl, 46-10. Chicago does have the 46 connection, but the overlap is 37. And again, we saw the Bears get the 36th home win this year, winning with 36 points. So why not have the Patriots come in 3-6? Again, if Brissett somehow ends up starting, if something changes, because they said May passed concussion protocol, but we're hoping something's going to happen overnight and Brissett gets named the starter because he has the perfect numbers to win. And the thing is, if he goes in there, his record's different, including backups. Brissett's backed up a lot of games, so we're looking at his record as a starter. And
Get that. Blunt
also,
deal.
there's a narrative for the Titans to lose by 3 because they become negative 79 in scoring differential. They play the Chargers next. Chargers equals 79 like Titans.
That Bluntville, boy.
I
don't know about that.
Differential. It makes sense going into the next opponent too for them.
My New York niggas up.
Lose by 3. And the Titans are favorites, so you could always take the Patriots with the points too. And if you want to play it extra safe, they're another game you could tease up to plus 4.5 on the 4-8 numerology, but it does look like there's a narrative to win there and some value. And the Commanders and Giants, I'm also advising to take the Commanders, or not the Commanders, excuse me, the Giants with the points in this game. We know that the Commanders' next franchise loss is 6-6-6. New York has the 6-6-6 Sumerian Gematria. There's a narrative for the Commanders to drop the next 3 and fall to 6-5 versus Philly. And then looking ahead, it looks like they'd probably end up going 10-7, which could make a lot of sense. Washington Commanders has the 107 Gematria. It's another shooting number with all the shooting stuff this year. But I would take the Giants with the points because when you look at Dan Quinn, he has a narrative to win this week, whereas the franchise says they can lose. And keep in mind, if they get the 666th franchise loss, the Giants will become 3-6, just like how we saw the 49ers get their 666th franchise win with 36 points in 666, the 36 triangular number. But in the scoring here, the Commanders, if they win by 1, they're plus 70. Giants is 70. And from the Giants' perspective, if they won by 1, could be a very close game. They'd be negative 57, where Commanders is 57 in New York City. So, yeah, I think the points here make sense. And I wanted to say there was one other thing about their upcoming game. No, it wasn't that. Okay, but yeah, ballsy would just be going money line, but
You heard what I told you.
Can also get their 185th win in the division, Donald John Trump number. So one more reason to think to take the Giants with the points. And
I told you that.
the Saints and the Panthers, the best thing I saw going in this game was Derek Carr. His next win is 75. Carolina Panthers is 75.
Oh, he playing? Oh, I didn't know that.
On the board. He can get his 34th road win. That's the 9th Fibonacci number in Week 9. His scares, he can get his 53rd all-time away loss, and his coach can also get his 53rd loss. That is a Carolina number, but it's not pure, and it's not as powerful as the 75, so I'm leaning more the 75 way. I don't like, though, that it is the QB and the coach, and you could almost argue that the best move in this game is, or hold on real quick, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything with the players in the last game. Hold up. the Saints-Panthers, the point differential here, something did stand out. Where's it at? If the Saints win by 6, they're going to be negative 15 in point differential for the year, and they play Atlanta next, the 15 city. The thing is, if the Saints win by 6, they don't cover the spread unless it's moved. They were negative 7. And here, it could be different by tomorrow, but let's just, ESPN will have updated what the current is for the average. It's still negative 7. So, indicator there that they might not cover the spread. And you could argue that perhaps that's the reason to take the Panthers with the points in light of the 2 scares against Carr and the coach. But in terms of winners and losers, I still got to lean more towards the Saints ultimately getting the win because of that 75. So, and in this game, Hubbard,
Chubba.
if he gets 2 touchdowns, he will have 19. 19 does show up a lot with the Saints.
Chubba
So he's
Hubbard.
a candidate for a multi-touchdown game. That didn't stand out.
Chubba.
Alvin Kamara, if he had 2 touchdowns, he'd have 22 versus division. You got 22 date numerology.
Yeah, man, I can't do
Derek
this.
Carr, if he went ballistic, number 4 on 4 date numerology. If he threw 4, he'd have 37 passing touchdowns with New Orleans, Carolina number. If that happens, you got to think they're going to win. And Carolina's had trouble scoring points. But,
Ew. I used to do these. I can't do them no more.
yeah. Maybe they only win by 6 because we've seen that 15 in the differential show up a lot when teams meet up with Atlanta. Now, the Broncos and Ravens, I think the Broncos are another recommended dollar parlay of the day. The 2 big reasons are Harbaugh. If he loses, he gets his 103rd regular season loss. Broncos is 103, and he'd also get his 113th all-time loss on 11/3. Remember, those are special numbers. Scottish equals 103, and 113 is in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, which American football's right to. So Broncos have tremendous value if they upset, and you could argue that they would become 4-1 away in Baltimore, which likes 41. A lot of 41s with Baltimore. Either team can become 6-3. So Broncos are definitely worth the risk in a dollar parlay. Huge potential payout. Lamar Jackson, he blew a really good narrative to win last week, so right now he's on shaky ground with me. He does have a decent narrative to beat Denver this week, too. He gets his 64th win, Denver Broncos 64. You can also write the date 3/11, like 311, the 64th prime. Remember how we're talking about how the Bengals look like they'll either win this week or next week by upsetting Baltimore? Look at Jackson, too. If he splits this week and next week, he'll be on 66 wins, where Cincinnati's 66. So keep that in mind going into next week. And, yeah, if he didn't win this week and Baltimore did win, then that would set up the narrative for Zach Taylor to lose next week to Baltimore and Jackson to win. But I'd rather be the other way around because, of course, the buys with the Bengals upset over the Ravens. Sean Payton can also stay on 174 all-time wins, and we see that happen a lot with the Ravens. They like that number. Baltimore Ravens 174. But, yeah, still, Harbaugh has 2 narratives to potentially lose and a ton of value if it happens. And, yeah, so, anyway, I think that's one of the better dollar parlay narratives of the day. Derrick Henry's on 103 all-time rushing touchdowns for this game versus the Broncos. Mark Andrews is probably my favorite touchdown narrative for the Ravens. He is 45th. It's Donald Trump week. 45 is the 9th triangular number, week 9. So Mark Andrews doesn't look too bad for a touchdown. Deontay Johnson, he's got a decent narrative to score. Could even have a big game. If he had 2, he'd get to 32 all-time.
Did he just get traded for?
I mean, Derrick Henry's been scoring almost every week. So,
And today has 22 day numerology. Never forget, we know.
I'm short on the multi-touchdown games.
Derrick Henry wears number 22. Today has 22 day numerology. Baltimore equals 58. Ravens equals 38. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Let's do it. 38. Ravens. Well, they had 13 date numerology, 41 to 13 prime. Shout out Kobe and Gianna, 41 and 13 when they died. Ravens 38. So they fuck around and lose today. With all that being said, right? 83 23rd prime, 79 22nd. Let them finish.
The Jaguars and Eagles. I think the right call here is the Jags with the points. You could think about them in a dollar parlay as well because they have a lot of value there. But if you're making a bigger bet, I think them with the points is the smarter move. Again, you look at Hurts and Sirianni. They can get their 23rd losses. Jaguars 23 in the most peer. You look at Doug Peterson, who used to coach the Eagles. He can get his 22nd all-time win with the team and stay on 22 regular season
I think I
losses.
got Eagles on upset alert too. I got them winning though. I got them winning, but
the Eagles would fall to 2-2 at home if they got
yep.
And look at also there's
I got the Eagles today, man, but they scary.
They come in 5-2. Remember, Doug Peterson was the coach. The scoring differential right now, the Jaguars are negative 52 for the year. And then, funny enough, they play Minnesota next. Remember, the Eagles won Super Bowl 52 in Minnesota. So there's some kind of theme going on here with both games. And the reason it looks smart to take the Jags with the points is because, again, Lawrence, if this wasn't going, I would just say take the Jags outright to win. But Lawrence has the narrative to lose. He can get his 22nd away loss and stay on 22 regular season wins, the Eagles numbers. And then when you look at the scoring differential, the Eagles, if they win by 2, they're plus 41 before they play Dallas, who has the 41 connection. Or if they win by 4, they wouldn't cover the spread with either of these because they're a 7-point favorite. If they win by 4 on 4-day numerology, they're plus 43. Jacksonville's 43 in the most peer. Dallas Cowboys is 43 in the most peer. So, and the reason they could win by 2 as well is the Super Bowl's 41, and Doug Peterson.
This is the most pure, the blue cipher.
Points. So either of those scores do not cover the spread, and so that's why I think this, you're just going for high percentage plays and not trying to become an overnight millionaire. Jags look like there's several reasons they can get it done, and then with the points, you're just giving yourself that many more ways to win. So, keep in mind the Eagles do have that 1-1-3 connection. The game's on 11-3 if they ended up prevailing, but yeah, I see a reason for them to win by 2 or 4 in a close game. The Bears and Cardinals, this one's also close. This is the battle of the 2 oldest teams in the league, the only 2 teams that are 105 years old. Ultimately, I'm siding with what I said last week. I thought the Cardinals would barely win last week so that the coach could hold off his 18th loss to the Bears. They did barely win last week, and now the coach can't get the 18th loss to the Bears. So I'm going to ride with that idea. Bears is 18 in the most peer. And what you could do in this game, here, I'll show you the scoring thing. Oh, by the way, I like DeAndre Swift for a touchdown in this game. His next touchdown is 36. Cardinals 36 the most peer. Keep in mind 36 is 9 in numerology. Going with week 9, he's number 4 in a 4-date numerology. Keenan Allen's a candidate to have a big game, number 13. If he had 2 touchdowns, he would have 63, another Cardinals number. And 63, again, there's a potential theme for big-time 63 this weekend. So Keenan Allen's got a multi-touchdown narrative, potentially. DJ Moore's next touchdown's 34, the 9th Fibonacci number. That's not the worst either. So when I look at the Bears' position players, they have better reasons to score than the Cardinals players, as far as I can tell. James Conner, his next rushing touchdown's 58 on the day, leaving 58 days left in the year. But anyway, about the scoring, the Bears come in plus 44. If they win by 1, they're plus 45. Bears is 45. Again, this whole Trump thing. Number 45. They play New England next. New England has the double 45 connection. If they won by 2, they'd be plus 46. Chicago's 46. They're playing the Patriots, who they beat with 46 points in the Super Bowl. The scare in the score is if they lost by 2, they'd be plus 42 in Arizona, but we've seen more point differentials connecting to the next opponent. And
That's why I'm going with the Cardinals.
The gematria is more consistent than the date numerology, but that is a lot of fours. So that is something to think twice about.
That's a lot of fours. A lot. Chicago, Obama, 44th president.
In the Cardinals score differential, you can make an argument for a 9-point game either way, but the thing that makes the most sense to me is the Bears winning by 1, plus 45, the 9th triangular number in Week 9 before they play the most 45 team in the league, New England. All right, Lions and Packers. I'm sticking with what I said last week.
Lions.
Winning last week set them up to beat the Packers. I did notice that the game's on LaFleur's 45th birthday. I overlooked that last week, so I don't like that ultimately. I don't like that it's LaFleur's 45th birthday and Donald Trump week. But Goff has the double narrative to win, so I can't fade that. In fact, he has the triple narrative to win. He can get his 77th all-time win and 73rd regular season win. Green Bay 77, Packers 73. He can stay on 28 road losses. Packers also 28. And for Love, you can make an argument to win or lose. Dan Campbell, you can make an argument to win or lose. Matt LaFleur, you can make an argument to win or lose. And so it's Goff, the one that has the consistent narrative for why he should win. And I do wish it wasn't Matt LaFleur's 45th birthday, though. That does bother me, but again, that doesn't mean he has to win. People don't always win on their birthday. In terms of the 4-8 numerology, you can make the argument for the Lions to get to 4-0 away or the Packers to get to 4-1 at home. We know Green Bay's 41, but I keep coming back to Goff. And if the Lions do become 7-1, Lambeau Field's also 71. And it's possible that the two best records in the league at the end of this week are the Lions and the Chiefs, and they might both be 7-1. Again, Kamala Debbie Harris is 71. And the Chiefs
Lambeau,
play
I spelled it wrong.
Broncos next, which equals 71 as well.
I don't know how to spell
Remember the
Bo.
phrase Horror Babylon is 71? They did that ritual with Kamala on 217, where Horror
Oh
Babylon
my
was
God.
on 217.
That must not be a
And that's
real
Revelation.
fucking thing.
Again, the Horror Babylon wears purple with the pearl necklace, like Kamala wore for the inauguration in 2020. And what am I thinking? Oh, the white horse, the pale horse. They always do Revelation stuff with Revelation 6-8, the Broncos, and Denver is 68. So there is a narrative there for the Chiefs to get upset on Monday night, and home teams could finish the week on 71 wins, and if that happens, that might be the indicator where the election's going the next day, so we'll keep an eye on that. Packers do have a shot at the 63rd all-time home win, so that's another 63 thing to keep an eye on. But yeah, it's Goff's narrative. Again, that's the way I decode games. If I see a strong QB narrative, I'll always lead with that, and it's 1-4 every week except for week 3. Week 3 was an anomaly week where just everything was upside down that week. But QB narratives usually take the cake. I wish the Lions were the dog on the road. They made them a 3.5-point favorite. That almost feels like they're baiting people at bet Green Bay. And in terms of player props in this game, I like Amon-Ra St. Brown. His next touchdown in the regular season is 28, and he could even have a multi-touchdown game. I should write that down. If he had 2 receiving touchdowns, he would have 28. So his next regular season touchdown is 28, but one of those is a rushing. If he had 2, he'd have 28. So Tim Patrick has a decent narrative, but it's the Amon-Ra. I'm always looking for the gematria of the date numerology. Jordan Love, if he had a big game, maybe it's a shootout game. If he had 3 touchdowns, he'd have 58 on the day, leaving 58 days left in the year. Freemasonry equals 58. Their symbol's the big G. Obviously, Freemasonry is big with American football. And Dontavian Wicks, he's not at the top of the depth chart, but he gets plenty of action. He's number 13 on the 13 date. But yeah, against the Amon-Ra St. Brown narrative that stands out the most to me for player props, and gotta lead with Jared Goff, who's got 3 big reasons to win. And probably be smart to take the points. If they lost by 1, they would be plus 45. Their next game's against the Bears, who have the 45 connection. If they lost by 2, they'd be plus 44. Packers, Detroit, Wisconsin, all 44. Both of those scenarios would be the Packers covering the spread. So, Lions, money line, Packers with the points. Both decent ways to play the game. I'll leave that one up to you. The Rams and Seahawks, again, with the 4-day numerology in Seattle equaling 44, it's probably the best 44 ritual today. The Rams getting to 4-4. That would drop the Seahawks to 2-4 at home. Seahawks like 24. Rams could fall to 0-4 away. That's possible, but they can also become 1-3. They like 13 LA. And I didn't really see anything super great in Stafford's record. Geno Smith's narrative can go either way. Sean McVay could stay on 49 losses in Washington, which equals 49. And remember, it's Washington State where Seattle is, and they did lose in Super Bowl 49 because they didn't hand off to Marshawn Lynch. Kyron Williams is a guy who could have a huge day if he went ballistic, number 23. If he had 3 rushing touchdowns, he'd get to 23 in week 9. That's a dollar parlay thought. In case he exploded. You know what? I was thinking about Cooper Kupp's from Washington State, and let's see all time. We know that he tied the Rams receiver in the ritual on the day leaving 68 days left in the year. All times Rams leading receivers. I want to see where he would be. All right, he tied this Elroy Hirsch with touchdowns at 53 on the day leaving 68 days left in the year, and Elroy Hirsch is 68. He's 4 receptions from becoming 3rd all time. Again, I'm just thinking about how he's in Washington State, or where he's from, Washington State. Torrey Holt, he's way behind. Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce, the greatest show on turf. This next one's 54. Okay. But yeah, Kyron Williams, number 23 in week 9. Stafford also number 9 in week 9. Now, last week, guys wearing 8 that were quarterbacks all lost in week 8. Sometimes that happens too, but more often than not, like, the quarterbacks will do well in the week corresponding with their jersey number, like Geno Smith, number 7, won in week 7 in Atlanta. Pay attention if it's like an odd-even thing going on this year. But yeah, I think the better narrative is, and you have that rough number, 19, so that's been a pattern that there's been a big percentage. If the trend continues, Seattle should lose based on the ref alone. And I was noticing if the Rams won this game by 3, they go into Miami -27. Miami has that strong 27 connection, played for us last week in the point differential, so it could play again. Rams got value on the road. Wait a minute, what is going on? I don't know why. Wait. Jake Bobo, who's in because of all the injuries, his next touchdown is 4. LA has the 4 connection, 4-day numerology. He would have value to score. I was tempted to underline that, but gotta be more careful with the guys down on the depth chart. But he does have some value in the narrative. The Seahawks are a 1-point favorite, and that's their narrative too, to win. If they won by 1, they become -4 on the 4-day numerology, LA 4, but I'll take the Seahawks, or the Rams getting to 4-4 and away with the ref. And keep in mind, the Seahawks can fall to 4-5 in Trump week. All right, and then that brings us to Sunday Night Football. That's actually interesting. I just thought about how that could actually end up working out because Seattle's very strong was 68. Hold on. What time's the game before this start? Oh, they both start at the same time. If you're keeping track of the league-wide record, pay attention where it is when the afternoon games come around, because it is possible that by the time this Seattle game concludes, home teams are on 68 wins. They wouldn't be doing very well for the day if that happened. Seattle, Washington is 68, and then if that did happen, the next game's Sunday Night Football, and Colts is 69, and the Vikings could get the 69th home win of the year over the Colts. So let me make a note about that. That would be a tough day for home teams because right now they're 64-60. But we've seen a lot of bad home weeks, so it's not out of the question. So yeah, keep an eye on that. And I suppose it could happen. Let me think. There's 14 remaining games, so there's 13 games on Sunday, and home teams are 64-60. So only 4 teams would win in the earlier games. It'd be 4-8 in the earlier games if that happened. And that would make it... Oh yeah, that'd make it 68-68. Well, then the 69 technically could go either way, couldn't it? I still like the Vikings to win this game, as we'll get to. Vikings have the numbers to win this. And they have the numbers to win and cover the spread, too. Yeah, that would be... The other thing is Donald John Trump is 68, too. In case they did do that. But yeah, Minneapolis is 62. Vikings can make it 6-2. They get the 4th home win. Colts will get the 4th loss, so the date numerology's there for that. Colts might end up falling to 1-5 away. Colts like 15. They got Flacco in. Flacco has the numbers to lose. He has 55th away loss. Minneapolis can stay on 114 wins. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Best thing going for the Colts is Steichen. Their coach can stay on 12 losses, an SNF number, but he can also fall to 13-13 on 13-day numerology. And if Justin Jefferson went ballistic, if he had 3 touchdowns, he'd have 39 on SNF. It's asking a lot, but he's the type of player that could do it. The reason I think the Vikings can cover the spread is because if they win by 9, they're plus 60. We've seen that number play well with the Indianapolis this year. Indianapolis is 60. And if they absolutely smoke them, if they win by 15, Colts is 15, Jacksonville Jaguars is 66. They play the Jags next, so they would go into the Jags game plus 66. And yeah, if they win by 9 or 15, they've obviously covered the spread. They're a 6-point favorite. And I think that's indicating that they're going to their 6th home win as well. Yeah, and I'll wait for Monday Night Football to see where the league record is. Here, let's look at this real quick on the surface with all information, just a quick scan. Is it possible that home teams could go 4-8? If the Cowboys can beat the Falcons, I'm doubting the Bills are going to lose, but there's a little narrative there if the 6-3 stuff goes crazy. The Raiders Chargers have a shot against the Bengals. The Chargers absolutely have a good narrative to beat the Browns. Patriots have a good narrative to beat the Titans. No one's going to be shocked if the Commanders beat the Giants or if the Saints beat the Panthers. Broncos have a shot to shock the Ravens. Jaguars have a shot to shock the Eagles. I'm thinking the Bears are going to beat the Cardinals. I'm thinking the Lions are going to beat the Packers. And we're not going to be right about all these, but yeah, there is a narrative for home teams to go 4-8. There's a lot of road teams that have good narratives to win this week. Rams can beat the Seahawks, absolutely. So yeah, that could happen. Home teams very well could go 4-8, just looking at the way it is.
All right. Oh shit. But yeah, we're gonna cut it there. You know what I'm saying? That's just a small example of what we do here, man. You know what I'm saying? But again, my picks, you got the Zach pick. But what I got today, I got Dallas, Dolphins +6 and for the win. I got Cincinnati, the Chargers, Patriots. Washington is on upset alert, but we do have them winning. We got the Giants +4. We got the Panthers +7.5. But I didn't know Derek Carr was playing. Now that I know Derek Carr playing, I don't have the Panthers. I still got the Panthers winning. Fuck it. I got the Panthers with the points and winning. Ravens, excuse me, getting the win. I got Philly, Arizona, Detroit, the Rams, and the Vikings. And you already know with the NBA, we got the Pistons, Hawks, and Dallas. So, yeah, that's what we got for today, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. But you know what to look out for outside of that, you know what I mean? Rapper equals 38, you know what I mean? Masonry 58, Satanic 22. So watch for some devilish shit today. Probably another Diddy accuser coming out today, you know what I mean? But who knows? But yeah, we know Rapper at 38, man. Murder 38. Rapper 38. Murder 38. You know what also equals 38? Election. So some serious election news should be coming today. You know, some serious political news. 2 days away, man. Today is the 3rd. We know 3 equals 56. Might see somebody score 56 points today. Total combined score of 56 because it is the 3rd. And we know Society of Jesus equals 56 and they run the world. 79 too. 22nd prime number. Today has 22-day numerology. So be on the lookout for that. Let me see what they getting talking about lately. Orlando, they on that Orlando shit as, you know, Orlando equals 79 and 38. Right? Got a lot of kill numbers. Never forget that bar nightclub shooting in Orlando. Everything being in Orlando. But murder. Same like Orlando. 79, 34, 38. So they are on that shit. Something serious. Halloween, man. What else in the news from CNN? Fuck. So yeah, election shit, man. We right here. SNL. She was on SNL last night with Maya Rudolph. I think that's Minnie Riperton's daughter. And then, this motherfucker done made it. That bull dyke. This one right here. Oh man, she had that show on HBO. You know, Great Conjunction shit, man. That's what we've been talking about. Every Great Conjunction, which happens every 20 years, damn near. You know what I'm saying? We get a president that survives an assassination attempt or gets assassinated within that presidential term. So within those 20 years. You know what I mean? That shit is crazy. So we've seen it from JFK to Ronald Reagan surviving his attempt. George Bush survived his with 9/11. And even somebody tried to shoot at Biden, if I'm not mistaken. But even more so, you know, the shootings against at Trump and shit. So we do like, we've been saying that we like Kamala becoming president. That is not been anything that we didn't like. So if she wins the election, I would not, be surprised. But what they've been doing with Trump, man, it seems like he's finna win this motherfucker. Trump equals 47. He could become the 47th president. Now, granted, in shows like House of Cards and Veep. Veep is my shit. I'm actually finna start watching that again. But Veep, the 47th president becomes a woman. You know what I mean? It is a woman. So that's something to think about, for real. If she does get elected or get selected and becomes president, we've been seeing a lot of symbolism, you know what I mean? But as far as sacrifices, Trump's been getting the most sacrifices, you know what I mean? His wife, brother, all after he's been president. Now, that could have been easily for him becoming the president, but we also like him because of the whole Cleveland thing. And I mean, Cleveland 78 and 48, Donald Trump 48, he could be the 48th president if somehow, some way Joe Biden dies between now and December 31st, or, when his term is up. Now, granted, I don't know how it works for real. So, say Kamala, or, it's tomorrow or on election day, or even if Trump does get elected president, right? If Biden dies during this term, because his term technically isn't over until 2020 or 2025, does he become president? Does she become president? You know what I mean? Become the 47th president? Something I have to look into. But WAP, man, very interesting thing, man. We know that all prominent female firsts generally are Libras, and Kamala is a Libra, and Libra equals 24. You know what I'm saying? So if she were to become our first female president, it would be fitting. We know the first female prime minister of Great Britain was a Libra. I mean, let's look at it. Female heads of state. I bet 9 out of 10 of them are related to Venus and or Mercury. I mean, look. Oh, no. That's the start. They ain't showing their birthdays. So let's look at this one. I can't even say her name. Something. So January, but died in November. Let's move on to the next one. We'll just do random, huh? Norway's prime minister. Born a Taurus. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Taurus, Venus, prominent female first, man. Prominent female first. Even if they not the first, if they in a position of power and they a female, they under Venus or Mercury, or they got some type of Venus or Mary pride. Look at this one, the first president of Ireland. See, May, born in May, and we know May is Venus and Mercury, Gemini and Taurus, and she's still alive. May 21st. That's random. Mary Robinson. Keep going. Kim Campbell, March. Now Venus is exalted in Pisces. I know that's a little much, but not only that, her birthday is 10/3, 103. We know Mercury equals 103. You know what I mean? All ties, man. Mercury, 103. She's born on 10/3, but Venus is exalted in March. I'll pull that up for you. See? Venus is exalted in Pisces. Excuse me. I ain't even had to finish that shit. I'm telling you, Kim Campbell. Is a former Canadian politician, diplomat, is the first and only female prime minister of Canada. See those ties? See those ties? I bet her name probably equals some shit. Kim Campbell. I hate spelling Campbell. No, I don't see anything. But anyway, but that's just, I'm telling you, this shit is real. Everything is planned out. Burundi. I don't even know her name. Born November 24th, that's Sagittarius. She died. No, still alive. First female. Maybe she's not. I don't know. President of the Philippines. April 5th. That's April 5th is 54, 5/4, and Venus. 54. Served as the 14th president of the Philippines. She is the longest serving president since Ferdinand before her vice president become the first female vice president. You know what I mean? Venus. She's the first female vice president. She's an Aries, which is opposite Venus. Born on 5/4. Let's keep looking, man. We're going to learn something today. New Zealand. Helen Clark. Pisces. There we go again. February 26th. And got the female code with the 26. We know Queen equals 26. You know what I mean? That's the female code. Serena, born on the 26th. Shawty was born in 1926. Queen Elizabeth, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look at other Angela Markell. We know what she is. She's a Cancer, head bitch in charge. Born 17/7. We know all about that. 177, but we know Cancer is the mother of the zodiac, and so that says it all. So female code there. Let's see, the president of Chile, Libra, September 29th. You know what I mean? That's a Libra. I wonder if she was the first. Let's look. She was becoming the first woman to hold the president. I'm not fucking around with y'all, man. This is real. Prominent female firsts. Or females in general. Them bitches got Venus all over me. Or Cancer. You know what I mean? It's a connection. She was a Cancer. Let's see. Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. You know what I mean? Gotta learn your astrology. Shit is all by design. I mean, it's all by design. It is not a mistake that Kamala is, in the position that she's in right now. You know what I mean? Julia Gillard, Libra. Look at this. Serves the 27th Prime Minister. She is the first and only woman to hold it. Come on. Let's keep going. Brazil. Sagittarius. Oh, you know what? What I just thought of? Sagittarius is opposite Gemini, which is Mercury. I'm telling you, the sacred feminine is Mercury and Venus, man. It's just crazy. Look at this. Sacred feminine in gematria 71. And whose name equals 71 as well? Well, Kamala Devi Harris. 71. African American. 71. Look at that movie Dirty Harry. That came out in 71, if I'm not mistaken, and it's about a nigga hunting black people. Clint Eastwood, Gemini ass. That means 71, the 20th prime number. Kamala Harris is born on the 20th, is she not? No. We ain't done though. Let's keep looking, because I have to embed this in your minds. I don't even know who the fuck this is. Another Sagittarius, opposite Gemini. Park. Aquarius. 2-2 though. 2 is the woman in numerology, if you know anything about that. Croatia. We got a Taurus. April 29th. That bitch fine as hell. God damn. Let me see. Let's see. She was the first woman to be elected to the office. I'm telling you. Shirley Franklin, if you in Atlanta, she's a Taurus. First female mayor of Atlanta. Let's look at Taiwan's president. Virgo. We got our first Virgo. You know what I mean? Let's see if she's the first. Oh, of course she was. And was the first woman to hold the position. She's not giving you goosebumps. Oh, this is who I wanted to get to. Theresa May, Libra, and name means May. Is May. You know what I mean? She's first, if I'm not mistaken. She ain't the first. If this is Britain, right? No, she's not the first. She's the second. She's the second because this motherfucker here is the first. Another Libra. Oh, man. But now that ends my point. You know what I mean? So I fuck with y'all, man. See you tomorrow.